Are we dealing with MAP?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, now what is it we want to do with MAP?
Your Honor, I just wanted to see if you'd be willing to hear a bond modification in this case today. Depending on if the state's ready or not.
Okay, what's the state's position on that? Because usually we give them a little bit of heads up.
Yeah, Your Honor. I mean, I just briefly looked at the file, but I don't even know what the request for the modification would be.
It'd be to be released on an
Oh no, to do what? Did we lose a judge? No, she's still here.
I don't know if we did or not.
I'm here.
Your Honor, how do I say this? Your Honor, I have slight concerns, well, not slight concerns over how Miss Mapp's mental state is going on while she continues to reside in the jail. Upon speaking with her are my concerns, which is why I felt it might be better for her to be released, as she does want to fight her case.
Released to whom and to where? Because if she's suffering in the jail, then if she doesn't have care or stability outside the jail, that's not going to contribute to her being able to assist with her defense.
Give me 1 second, Your Honor.
Now that part you should have already been able to tell me. Come on now, you know me. Okay, did anybody ever figure out who Derek's iPhone is?
Are you able to unmute him, Judge? I don't think he understands the how to work the Zoom.
Honestly, I
can ask him to unmute, but I can't like actually unmute him. So yes, Miss Mapp. Unmute Miss Mapp. Let me hear from her. If that's okay with her attorney. Yes, ma'am.
Please and thank you. So yes, I'm the only person that's on the lease, but I do have my uncle at my residence. He needed somewhere to stay, so I allowed him to stay with me. I am not concerned about my mental health because I am more like concerned about me more than anyone else. Like I care for myself. I care for myself mentally, and I care that I'm healthy. But the conditions that I'm suffering here in, I am more concerned about. Like I've already been, I live in a cell where there's feces on the toilet stall. I'm being fed twice a day. The room is very unsanitized. There's dirt everywhere around the cell. So it's like the conditions that I'm living in. I live in a better condition. I live at my home and I am not concerned mentally. But if you guys are concerned, I'm also currently not taking any medication here at the detention center. So
do you have a doctor that you follow up with and have medication prescribed for somebody outside the jail?
I have been seen by a doctor, but they haven't they did not request ongoing treatment. So I have been seen for my mental health, but I have not needed any care, ongoing care.
How old are you, Miss Mapp?
I'm 31.
Okay. And have you lived independently always?
Yes, ever since I was 18. I went across seas to college, and I stayed in a dorm room by myself. And then once I got my bachelor's degree, I moved back to America, and I lived in a studio apartment with me and my cat.
Okay, so where did you go to school?
I went to school at Mankato University.
Where's that?
That's Central America, Belize.
Okay. All right. Did you have family in Belize?
Yes, I have family in Belize. I have a sister.
Okay. All right. So the uncle that is staying with you, I'm just trying to get a sense of who's the alleged victim in this case.
Well,
Not you, Miss Mapp. Let me hear from your attorney. But thank you.
You're welcome.
My understanding is correct. It's just a random bystander in a restaurant that I believe she doesn't have any connection to.
Miss John VA.
So, Your Honor, as far as this modification, I mean, the state would object to the modification. It doesn't appear, based on the defendant's testimony at this point, that there are any mental health concerns that I'm hearing. And the random person was at the Waffle House, and they had locked her out because of how she had tried to come into the Waffle House that night. So they had locked themselves inside away from her and were waiting for the police to come. And then the other person stepped outside, and then she just harassed her, and then she spat on her. So yeah.
Which is not true. So
I know it's allegations. It's not proven. I get that, Miss Gooch, but I have to balance my concern for you in the jail, which I do have a concern for you in the jail. Things are getting worse daily, with the ability to stay safe on the outside, I guess I would say. How long has Miss Mapp been in jail?
Since October 12th, Your Honor.
While I would like for Miss Mapp to get out of jail, I have concern. What's her bond?
Yes, two, Your Honor. So just two cases. So for the criminal trespass, I believe the bond was $500, and for this second case, it was $2,000. Yes, so $500 for the criminal trespass, and
Miss Mapp, this uncle, he's not able to get you out on bond?
He's really going through something financially, which is why he's at my place. Well, because he doesn't have the finances to properly take care of himself, and I don't want to say that, but he can't really help himself in a living situation where he's needing my help. I also have to pay rent, so I don't want to be evicted. But
I got you. Where have you been working?
I work at the Dollar Tree, and I just don't want to get more. I don't want to deal with more problems that I would have if I stay the 90 or the 60 days. And then also I feel like it's a great opportunity that I could allow the state, not just the state, but the government, to prove itself that it does represent I would say I'm an inmate, but it does represent inmates with justice, because he will defend me and he will find the video footage, if there is any, that to prove or not to prove what they are claiming against me. So I want to support the government and saying that they do give us a fair chance to be represented by a public defender, although it's not a paid attorney. And I was really surprised that I had that option. But with that option, I don't know, I just don't know how long it would take. And I really had to pay my rent in order for me not to be evicted.
Okay. Mr. White, so what you're saying is that Ms. Mapp wishes to enter a plea of not guilty and go to trial on both cases?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right. The only thing that gives me pause, Ms. Mapp represents herself very well, but the only thing that gives me pause is the nature of the charge, where the victim was kind of random, and whatever that situation is that is alleged, that and the fact that we have a criminal trespass charge. So that tells me that there might be an issue of impulse control if these things were found to be true. And to let Ms. Mapp out pending trial, if there is in fact an impulse control issue, may just be setting her up for failure.
Is it okay if I speak, please?
Sure.
Okay, so yes, it was random, and as it is.
Then I don't want you to tell me, because I don't want you to mess up your defense, and I don't want you to
thank you.
tie Mr. White's hands behind his back in trying to assist you. Okay.
Yeah. Also, and Your Honor, we're with this one. I just noticed as well that Miss Mapp has multiple aliases. So I see 2 additional ones in addition to Dominique Mapp. It's like a Delilah Williams, maybe.
Yeah. At this time, Mr. White, it's gonna be a no.
I did change my name.
Hold up.
So, and I'm married.
Hold on, ma'am. At this time, Mr. White, it's gonna be a no. So I'll take a plea if she wants to. I'll take the plea of not guilty if she wants to. But at this time, I can't do an unsecured judicial release.
Yes, Your Honor.
So is she entering a not guilty plea?
Well, I think I'll need to talk to her about that quickly, Your Honor.
Okay. Who's next?
Latia Mayo, Your Honor.
All right. Ms. Mapp, raise your right hand for me. You solemnly swear or affirm any testimony you give in this matter will be true?
Yes.
All right, you can put your hand down. Ms. Mapp, you're before the court on 2 cases, 2023 CR 09976 for simple assault. You're entering a plea of nolo. Per your attorney, Mr. Justin White of the law firm of Lister, Holt and Dennis. On case 2023 CR 09977 for criminal trespass, Mr. White has indicated you're also entering a plea of nolo to that offense. By entering a plea of nolo to each count on these cases, you give up the right to have a trial by jury or judge. You give up the right to have the state prove your guilt beyond a reasonable doubt. You give up the right to have the presumption of innocence in your favor. You give up the right to confront witnesses, subpoena witnesses, present testimony and evidence on your behalf, to not incriminate yourself or present any testimony or evidence against yourself. And if you're not a United States citizen, a plea of guilty or no contest could negatively impact your immigration status. Do you understand all of these things, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Factual basis and recommendation, please.
Yes, Your Honor. On September 23rd of 2023, an officer was dispatched to 6331 Terra Boulevard in Jonesboro, Georgia, where the incident occurred in Clayton County. This location was a Texaco gas station. Upon the officer's arrival, he made contact with the store clerk, who advised that the defendant, Ms. Mapp, had been previously given a criminal trespass warning, was not to be at the location, and that when she arrived on that day, he called the police because she was not supposed to be there. The police did locate Miss Mapp. Miss Mapp advised she didn't know that she was not allowed to be there, and asked to be released because she had left her daughter at her residence in Riverdale. The defendant was taken into custody. The state is recommending 12 months to serve, 60 days, the balance to be suspended, the do not return, and a stay away from the Texaco location. Did I give you the case number, Your Honor? I apologize. That was the case number ending in 09977.
And how much is she? Is it credit for time served, or is it
No,
she's
no, she's no, Your Honor.
oh, so since lockup?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, all right. Go ahead.
And for the case ending in 09976, on October the 12th of 2023, an officer was dispatched to Jonesboro, Georgia, where the incident occurred in Clayton County. This was a Waffle House in which the officer was responding as the victim, Miss Megan McCrae, advised that the defendant, Miss Mapp, had come to the restaurant. She was trying to come in. She didn't have shoes on. The staff advised her she was not allowed inside. She began screaming and banging on the door, such as the employees then locked the door and called the police at this time. While the employees were waiting for the police to arrive, Miss McCrae stepped outside to smoke a cigarette in the back side of the restaurant. The defendant then came around to that side and began yelling at the victim, and then walked towards her, continued to be arguing with her, calling her different names. She then bent over, and then they observed that she had her hand inside her purse, didn't know what she had inside her purse, but she was stating that y'all are gonna die. She then became physical with the victim and chest bumped her, and then she spat in her face. And the officer did observe this on the surveillance camera for the location. At that time, once the defendant spat in the victim's face, the victim pushed her away, and then a fight ensued at that point. The defendant was taken into custody. The state is recommending 12 months to serve, 90 days, the balance to be suspended, with a do not return to the Waffle House location, and no contact with the victim, Miss Megan McCrary, McCrary. And that is to run concurrent with the case ending in 09977.
All right. Mr. White?
No, we just ask that you accept the negotiated, please.
All right, on the case 2023 CR 09976, simple assault, the sentence is 12 months to serve 90 days. Balance will be suspended as long as as long as the defendant does not go back to the Waffle House. Let's just make it simple. Any Waffle House in Clayton County, and has no contact with Megan McCrae. That will run concurrent with the sentencing case 2023 CR 09977. In that case, defendant is sentenced to 12 months to serve 60 days. On both cases, credit since the date of lockup. Balance will be suspended as long as she does not go back to the incident location. All right.
And I just need to make one correction, Your Honor. We did agree on 60 days. 90 was the original.
Okay, so
both.
60 days in both cases, Ms. Harvey,
Yes.
I'm sorry. So, to repeat the case, case 2023 CR 099776 is 12 months to serve 60 days, balance suspended, credit since the date of lockup, and she's not to go back to any Walmart in Clayton County and have no contact with Megan McCray. All right, Miss.
Excuse me, what is the release date?
I'm not sure, Miss Mapp. Somebody else is going to have to calculate that. And sometimes even when I calculate it, the sheriff's office controls when you get out. So, and how much good time you get or how they count the time. So they may give you extra time that I can't account for, meaning you may get out quicker than I would be able to tell you.
You get out no later than December 12th, but you may-
Yeah, you may get out earlier than that.
Okay, thank you.
All right, thank you. All right.